Hi, a warm welcome. My name is CHIARADINA, and I'm grateful that you're joining me today for this season's greetings calendar, supporting a healthy connection to our body and the regulated autonomic nervous system as we approach Christmas. It's good you're here. Enjoy the daily sound bits. Acceptance. It's important how you set up a good story. And you've heard me saying this before. After almost 2 years into a global pandemic, by practicing radical honesty, a form of acceptance, I had finished this sentence. We all probably have a really hard time with acceptance, mentally or emotionally. Synonyms for acceptance offer us different viewpoints onto this topic. There's acknowledgement, approval, consent, and what I like most, cooperation. Psychologically, acceptance means not merely grudgingly tolerating negative experience, but actively embracing it fully and without defense. Sounds brilliant, even beautiful. Reality, again, practicing radical honesty, we could ask ourselves, does not merely grudgingly tolerating and without defense ring a bell? We often get stuck in that. Let's also remember, acceptance does not mean liking, wanting, choosing, or supporting. Acceptance is an active process and must be practiced. Acceptance does not mean you're accepting it's going to be like that forever. We can, however, practice acceptance towards our experience, people, appearance, emotion, ideas, and more. Can we somatically practice acceptance? Definitely yes. Shall we do it? Right away. Acceptance can be connected to something like boundaries or limitations. Usually, when acceptance hurt, there is a kind of stretch towards something involved. A gradient between what is and what we would like to be. That's what makes acceptance a lesson, and that's where we need to practice acceptance. So I thought, let's practice somatically acceptance with a stretch. And I invite you to join me. So for today's lesson, we're going to need a little bit of space, maybe something to pad up a knee of yours. And we start from a standing position. So let's step with the right leg behind our left and place your right knee on the floor, bending your left leg. You can pad up your right knee on the floor, so you're in a lunge position. And I want your left foot to be underneath your left knee, so there's a straight perpendicular line of your lower leg to the floor. And I want your right leg, which is behind you, to be in hip extension when it comes to your thigh and your hips. So your right knee is placed directly behind your hip on the floor. And you can adjust the distance between your right knee and your left foot to your liking. But I want you to slowly rise up by placing your hands on your left thigh. And and see if you can come up straight with your upper body. And come up straight means that the pelvis is not in an anterior tilt or an posterior tilt. And you find this neutral pelvis by tilting your tailbone towards the floor. And as I said, you can always shorten the distance between your right knee and your left heel. But I want you to feel a little bit of discomfort in the stretch on your right back leg. No knee pain, however. And then we start the exercise. Whenever you're settled in, I want you to start as we did with the previous exercises on the floor by feeling into whatever makes contact with the floor, finding that you're surrendering or melting your body into this contact, probably with an exhale. Finding the full breath that caresses your belly, navel, heart, maybe brainstem. And if you want to, grounding yourself through your roots, these imaginary shootings that bury their way deep down, connecting to the core of the earth for decharging and recharging. And as you're listening to my voice and are already in this position, there's actually probably a little bit of inner unrest happening, being unnerved, wanting to get out, wanting not to think about the grounding, feeling the stretch, staying with the breath, but just wanting to get ahead out of this. And by practicing acceptance, while there's something present we don't like so much, we can use this lunge position, left leg in front, right leg behind. This slight stretch with the connection to ourselves, the grounding, and the slow, deliberate inhalation and exhalation to practice calm acceptance. So for practicing this, as you're listening to my voice, let's stay committed for 3 more long, deep inhales and exhales. 1, 2, 3. And then come down with a sigh, placing your hands, framing your left foot, and stepping carefully and gently over the side, left knee to right, and come into a sitting position if this feels right for you. So see, maybe lying down, how you're doing. What's your mental state? What's your emotional state? How did you do with your somatic exercise of acceptance? Let's build upon connecting, grounding, and using your breath. Do you feel that you still practicing radical honesty can improve? If so, why not try the other side right away? Committed to 5 long deep breaths with connection, grounding, and calm acceptance. I hope this simple exercise has been useful for you. Feel free to leave me a comment, how you were doing, what you discovered. And I'm very grateful that you're here with me on the 3rd day. And I wish you the best for your journey ahead. Thank you for joining. See you soon. Namaste.